Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I am Ishika Tarin Imi, presenting our Tutu database sessional term project Withered Away. I have got Nazmul Islam Ananto as my project partner, who will present later. Our project is basically an old age management system where we deal with a number of old people who live here with their families. For taking care of their living, we provide a number of services. So at first look at our services here. Our services partially depend on our membership plans. We provide three types of membership package: basic, premium and gold, and they mainly differ on yearly charge, doctor's fee and rooms facilities. It should be mentioned that we assign doctors and room to the individuals from our database according to the membership package. I mean, each member should be under a specific doctor who will do regular checkups and keeps his health record. Apart from this, all the members can choose his preferable doctor from our available list and also fix his schedule. The transactions are done keeping records. There is an option to buy stuffs from the food canteen and local pharmacy, and the transactions will be recorded also. The members also can issue book from the library and will keep a record of it. The members can see transaction history anytime. There are also some entertainment facilities, like here the members can keep a list of his favorite songs, games and movies. These are all about our services. Now, if an old person wants to be a member today, he or she has to fill up this form here. Now, this is a registration form where the person will input his information and will create a new user for him. Now, here he has to input his first name, last name, gender, birth date, phone number, and he will click next. Now here is the form of contact information that is optional because we will use it only in case of emergency. Here he has to input his name, phone number, relationship and address of his emergency contact. And he will click next. Now he has to input his health information like the diseases he might have. The medicines he might have. And the time of taking it. Height, weight, blood group, disabilities that he might have, allergies he might have, vaccines he might have, health condition, and he will click next. Now here it is a form with his favorites, that is an optional form. He will have to input the games he'll have to play. Movies he like to watch. Now he will click next. Now he has to provide his payment option like bank account number, bank name, balance and his membership plan. And these all fields are required. Now here he has to input his balance, the balance he wants to transfer to his account, so that he will use this balance to do transaction and buy stuffs here. he has to choose his membership plan that we have mentioned earlier. Here he has to input his credentials that are very much required. Here he has to input his username. The username cannot exceed 15 characters. And a password. The password must have at least 4 characters. Now our user has been created. Now if that person wants to log in here, he just has to input his username and password here, and he will get his dashboard here. Now this is a dashboard where the user can go to his profile, can see his appointment, transactions, books, entertainments, inventory, and a calendar is also attached here. In this page there is also sidebar where all of these options are also mentioned here for their easy navigation. Now if the user wants to go to his profile, then he can see all of his information here. The basic information, contact information, health information, and others are also written here. The room number and the doctor's assign are done from the database, so they can't be edited, but all other information can be edited here. Like the basic information, he can edit here. But the ID can't be edited because this ID is from the database. So from here, he can go to his entertainment section to see his favorite song, movie, and game favorites that he just entered while doing registration. Here he can see song playlist that he has entered earlier. The songs that he has entered while doing registration are written here. He also can add to it, and he can delete from here. Now he can also go to his movie watch list and also add here. He also can delete. He also can go to his game favorites, and the previously entered games are written here. He can delete from this table also. And also he can add here. Now if he wants to show the inventory, now there are two options, to buy food or buy medicine. If he wants to buy food, he will go here. There is a list of all the available items. He just has to choose the item and he will click here to buy the selected items. There is a confirmation message, and if he clicks yes here, the bill will be downloaded as a PDF. There is a money receipt with the food name, food type, and the cost written here. Now if we go to the transactions option, we will see the earlier transaction is written here, and 1069 was deducted from his account. Now if he wants to buy medicine, he has to do the same things here. He will be provided a money receipt of the name and the cost. Now if we go to the transactions, we can see that the transaction is written here. He can download his transaction history and export as PDF. Now if the admin wants to log in here, the admin will enter his username and password and he will get to see his dashboard. Here there are options to show the tables and inventory, and there is also calendar here. If you want to go to the table section, he will get all the information of the people, doctor, staff, and donation in a table. The people information sector, there are the information of all the peoples. The admin can add people here. He can edit. He can also delete. The admin also has the option to choose to filter. Like he can choose to filter all the male people, male members here. He can search for any member here. He can choose to show the columns. He can do the group by section here, so that we can show all the information in groups. He also can download and export it as CSV or PDF. It is on the CSV form. All of the information are written here. It can be also exported as PDF. So all of the information are here in PDF form. He can also select some selective names here, selective records, and he can choose to download all the selected items. It will be downloaded as PDF. There is also an option to do pagination here, or to choose how many rows it will be shown. Now there are other tables. If you want to go there, here are the doctor informations, all of the doctors that are assigned to our old age home. All other options to add, edit, or delete are also available here. There is also option to do group by here, so that we can get all of the data in groups option. We can also do sorting here. If he clicks here, it will sort in increasing order, and if he clicks here again, it will sort in decreasing order. Any of the columns we can do filter. We can also download the selected doctor data like previous table, and it will be downloaded as PDF form. Now there are other tables. Each of them has all the features. They are the information of all of the staffs that work in our old age home. We also can add, edit, delete, download, export, or any other option that were previously described. There is also the donation information here. This was all about the admin section. There is an option to log in here as a staff. Suppose there is a staff username S, password S. He wants to sign in here. He can see his dashboard. There is a two option to go to his profile or to see his schedule. There is also calendar here, and also there is a navigation bar here. The staff wants to go to the profile. You can see his personal information here. He can't edit his salary or ID, but he can edit any other things here. Now if he wants to go to the schedule, there is a schedule of this staff. This means that this staff has a schedule from Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, and Tuesday, and there is some reporting time, leaving time, and he will work in these rooms on these days. The staff can download this as a PDF, but he can't edit, add, or delete any other option because these are handled from the database. It is a readme table only, but he can filter here if he wants. Now I am ending here, and my project partner Nazmul Islam Ananto will start from here.
Hello, I am roll number 93 and my name is Nazmul Islam Ananto. So our old home management system Withered away has a page called Donate Now. What this page does is basically when someone wants to donate an amount in our old home, they can get this done through this page. So they can input a name they want to be in the receipt of, something like Anakin Skywalker, and then they have to input the phone number. I'm inputting this number here. After that, there is a list of things we can do with certain amount of money. So this list here is to give them an idea of how much we want them to donate. So let's choose a way of transaction. I'm choosing Citibank here. Let's choose an amount we want to donate. I'm choosing 5,000 here. And then we have to input the transaction ID. So let's say this is our transaction ID. After that, we can write some suggestions for that old home. Let's say we're writing something called well done, nice job, and then we have to hit submit and our donation is done. In the authorization sector, we used bcrypt, and to authenticate every request we used JSON Web Token or JWT. If you want to log in as admin, you have to obviously input the admin ID and password, which is very easy in this case, A and A. But let's say you didn't input the correct password. Let's say you inputted ABCD and then hit sign in. So it will show a message invalid username or password. You didn't even give the correct username but the correct password. No, still no luck. You did give the correct username and password but in the different section. Say for example staff. Nope, no luck, invalid username or password. You have to match three things: the role, admin or member or doctor and staff, and the username and the password. When these three things will match, only then you will be authorized and you will receive a JWT, JSON Web Token. After that, every request will give that JWT to the server and the server will verify that and authenticate every request. So how can a user request for a book? In the book section, he will be having two things: issued books and request a book. Issued books will show a list of books he already issued. So it's empty because this user hasn't yet requested a book. So how to request a book? You have to input a return date. So whenever you want to issue a book, the issue date will be today's date, right? And you have to manually input the return date. So return date will be a date in the future. Let's say March 12. And let's take the book name of Tell Me Your Dreams. Let's submit that and the book will be issued. Let's go to our issued books and we'll be having this thing here. Now, what is the cost? The cost is basically whenever you issue a book, an amount of $10 or 10 taka per day will be deducted from your account, from your balance. So we will be having this information in our transaction history too. Issued a book, Tell Me Your Dreams, the amount is 150 and this was deducted from your account. Okay, so that's basically how you can request a book. And if you don't have enough money, you cannot request a book obviously. So our user has a balance of 1100 right now. Let's request an appointment. In the appointment section, we'll be having two things: your appointments and requesting an appointment. In the first one, we'll be having a list of appointments he already requested and like accepted. And the second part, you can request an appointment. So let's say we will be choosing March 12 p.m. and the preferable doctor will be Julia Roberts, but he does not have an amount of 4062. He only have 1100, right? So he cannot choose Julia Roberts. Okay. Oh, we have to input a reason. Let's say we have a strong fever and then submit. Okay, so there will be an error message because you don't have that much balance. So you have to select someone within your range. Let's select Angela Gordon and hit submit. It will be a successful request, and this thing will show in your appointment history. Yeah, Angela Gordon. Now the status is pending because the doctor hasn't yet accepted your appointment, but the amount will be eventually deduced from your account, because this means that whenever you request an appointment, the fee of the doctor will be deducted from your account. But if the doctor rejects your appointment or you yourself delete your appointment, then this fee will be eventually returned to you. Say for example, we are going to delete this appointment. Let's delete this appointment ourselves and see if that money is returned. Okay, so this money was returned, and now let's go to profile and see our balance once again, and our balance is 1100. Now let's see the functionalities of a doctor. A doctor can log in by choosing the doctor menu from the four radio buttons on the top, and then they have to insert the username and the password. So our system does not have a registration system for doctors. So doctors cannot register themselves. They have to be registered manually by the admin. Whenever the admin registers a doctor, he will be given a username and password. So our admin will give that username and password to our doctor, and our doctor will input that here to log in. For example, our first doctor has a username and password of D and D. So once we input those, we hit the sign in button and we're gonna be signed in. Now our doctor dashboard has three things: go to your profile, home, and appointment. As usual, we know that clicking home will take us to our landing page, and clicking appointment will take us to the appointment page of our doctor. What a doctor has in their profile: a doctor has a few information in their profile. Uh, Basically, all of those are personal informations. A doctor has an ID. In a real life scenario, this ID will be printed on their identity card. And then obviously they have a name, they have some qualifications, a list of qualification. Doctors are usually employee of some particular hospital, so the name of that hospital will be shown here. They will have a phone number and an email, and a fee, obviously. This fee usually means the visit a doctor usually have. So doctor can change some of their informations. For example, let's click edit here. So a doctor obviously cannot change their fee anytime they want. It has to be permitted by the admin. So whenever a doctor wants to change their fee, edit their fee, they have to contact the admin, and the admin will be changing that from the admin dashboard. But they can change their name, they can change their name, or however whatever qualification they have, and then they can change the name of their hospital, and then they can change their phone number. Let's click save, and all these informations will be saved. Let's reload this page to verify that. Okay, so we reloaded this page and all the edited informations are still in their place. So changing the informations actually works here. To see how a doctor can accept or reject an appointment, let's first request an appointment to that particular doctor. Let's log in as our user. Let's go to the appointment sector and let's request an appointment. We will be requesting this appointment to Angela Gordon, and let's select the reason, strong fever. Let's hit submit, and the appointment was submitted. We can see that this appointment has already requested in the appointment history section. Now let's log in as our doctor. So the username and password for Angela Gordon is D6 and D6. So this is Angela Gordon, right? Let's go to the appointment tab. In the appointments, we can see a list of upcoming appointments, but Angela Gordon doesn't have any upcoming appointments because he didn't accept any of those. To accept an appointment, we have to go to see requested appointment section. Here we will see a list of appointments that are pending. We can edit the date, and we can edit the accepted status to accepted. So we just accepted it. Let's save it, and this will be going to acha, we didn't do that earlier, so okay, this will go to the appointment section. Okay, so this is now accepted. Let's go to our user and see if the status has changed there, and the status is changed here. He has an appointment with Angela Gordon on this date, and it's accepted. So it is necessary for an old home to its inventories be managed, and this management will be done by an admin. Let's enter an admin username and password. Let's click inventory. So inventory means three things here: rooms, food, and medicine. Let's click on rooms. We'll be having a list of rooms. We can edit the capacity of a room. We can obviously delete a room, and then we can add another room. Let's say we want to add a room with a room ID of 151 and its capacity will be 4. Let's click save. Let's click 100 rows from here, and then go to next page, and we'll be having this room here. Then food. Food usually means what we currently have in our menu. So for example, we have these 7 things in our menu right now, and people can buy them anytime they want. Let's add another food. Let's say we want to add faluda. So it will be dessert, and say the cost is $100. Let's hit save. We can change the cost of an existing food. That's pretty much it. You can reload the page to check if these informations actually hold, and they actually hold. Then to medicine. Medicine has name and cost. So there is something else about medicine. There are some medicines which have the value of 0. What does this mean actually? This means that these medicines were inputted by our users, our members, but they don't yet have a cost. So whenever a user inserts a medicine, it will be added in our database with the default cost of 0, and an admin have to make sure that this cost is updated. So you might be thinking that can people buy these medicines for $0? No, they cannot, because until these costs are verified by an admin and they are not a non-zero value, then these medicines actually won't show in the people's profile where they want to buy some medicines. So when an admin inputs a price in it, after that this will show on a people's profile, but until that this won't show. So people cannot buy medicines for $0, though they have $0 and they are in the database. So that's pretty much it in the inventory management of admin.